Morning traders, and this is your Aussie day trade setup for today. So starting off on the weekly, we had that weekly inside bar, we had the confirmation, and then we've ended up with a little bit of a indecision bar. There's nothing really to read into it. It's not that strong of a pattern for me at the moment. What is interesting though is the trend that we have. Okay, so that was the trend. Okay, see that was the uptrend. We broke through, came back, and we've tested that break. We've also created a lower high, ever so slightly. So this does look like there's still more downside to come. Okay, if I look at the weekly levels, there's such a mess to the left here that I think the most logical one is going to be this one here. I'm not really going to bother taking off any of these fractals for a level at the moment. It's also quite far away. I'm looking for something a little bit closer. So if we just get rid of the noise and we look at the daily, you can see there's no fractals. That one we've broken through. This one we've broken through. So if I had to put on my inside fractal, there's my first inside fractal. And we've closed below it. So look for my next one, which is going to be that one there. And it also lines up with this gap. Bear in mind that we are on the 50% Fibonacci. Let's put that in so you can see. There's the 50% Fibonacci. The next level is fairly close to the 61.8, and the 200 EMA is in the same position. Okay, so let's just get down. I think I'm going to use the 4-hour for this today. Okay, so we do have a gap here. And then I do have another level that shows itself. Yeah, okay, right. Move this across. And I'll get, there we go. And then what we want to do is just delete the Fibonacci. Okay, right, so we do have two fairly strong levels here. And just get to the 3-hour. You can see we are flirting with the 3-hour 200 EMA and SMA as well. So I'm still of the opinion that we have a potential trend change brewing. Okay, so it is at a fairly strong level. Being a Fibonacci level, there's a lot of other levels coming into play at the moment. And on the weekly, there are quite a few areas where buyers could step in. So I am expecting buyers to come in, maybe not today, but sometime during the week. Okay, so I'm pretty much of the opinion that I will patiently wait this one for the right setup, because it is coming. And for me, the right setup is long with the US markets. Now, there is divergence between the Dax and the Dow, which is not normal. So normally the two of them run in the same direction. It's very rare that they move in opposite directions. And right now the Dax is sort of trending slightly down, but more sideways than down. While the Dow is trending up. So I do believe that normally this is the same situation with the South African market. That we tend to follow the US markets, and we haven't followed the US markets at all. We've had a lot of indecision here. As you can see, this was on Friday. Lots of buyers, lots of sellers, nobody really knowing what's going on. And we are moving up and below the moving averages. Okay, this is an area of, well, sorry, not an area, but this is normally an indication when you start getting volatile like this above and below the moving averages, that there's quite a bit of indecision, and indecision is normally something along the lines of a channel or a range. Okay, so right now this is a range as far as I'm concerned. We had one bottom and we're looking to get another bottom here. Okay, don't see any diversions at the moment. See a double top, double bottom, so For me at this stage, this is a range, and I'm ideally looking to break through. Okay, but we're going to start on the half hour because this is the one I'm really interested in. And it goes like this. That's my first two fractals, okay? I'll just draw it properly. Okay, that's my first two fractals. We've broken, we're running, we're testing. Okay, this is a potential turning point. Okay, we do have a magnet to the bottom being a gap. Right over there. Okay, so 5100 is definitely a gap. If I look at the US market, so the Dow was up quite substantially on Friday. The Nasdaq finished up just over 0.6%. Nasdaq at the moment, sorry, not Nasdaq, Tencent is up 0.9% at the moment. Rand dollars, not much move, slightly stronger, 1394. And whereas the South African market was down. I just want to look for the S&P. S&P was up 0.5%. Okay, so I do believe something is going to happen here. So we're either going to target this gap, or alternatively, we're going to be moving to the other side. So there is our closing range strategy, and you can see the range target at the bottom is this gap. So I'm not really interested in trading. Right, it's a 100-point closing range. I'm not really interested in taking the short here. I'm more interested in looking for what could potentially be a turning point. Okay, I do see some structure here, not a lot of structure, but I do see some structure here that indicates we should be looking for a move to the upside. So I think what we're going to get is sort of a meander down onto this range target here. Then what I definitely would do is pick up on my 3 hour. Okay, let's just delete that. And I'm going to delete that for now. So the areas we're looking at are as follows: 51020. Okay, then we're looking at 5800. I think is a better one. Yeah, 5800, and then we're looking at 5491. Okay, those are the levels that I'd be interested in. Somewhere around this area, I'm expecting the buyers to step in. Okay, so there is another magnet here being a gap. So that is the one thing, and then I just want to see where the 200 moving average on the daily is. That's quite far down as well. And 4 hour, we don't have anything, I don't think. No, we're through the 200s at the moment. Okay. Lastly, before we just make a decision what we want to do. Okay, trend is down, but you can see that the Tekens and Akijans starting to come closer together. If I move that to the 1 hour, you'll see we've hit the cloud, hit it again, we had a crossover, we're running straight, which is an indication that we are in a range, and the cloud over here is very thin. Still pretty thick here, so there's still going to be a bit of resistance, but further on it is fairly thin, which is an easy way to break through, and Chico Span has broken through price. Okay, with Chico Span breaking through price, I'm looking for a crossover, and then I'm looking for a twist in the cloud. Okay, and if we look at the daily, we're coming back up to the cloud. We have had a crossover though, so don't expect this thing to suddenly bounce and run in one day. I think you're going to get a bit more sideways, while Kijis and Tegensen flatten out and then attempt to cross again. Or we are going to break through the cloud. If we do break through the cloud, then there's a good chance that we are reversing our trend. Okay, but for now, this was a strong move. This is the pullback to me. I'm looking for that pullback entry. So come back to here, back to the half hour. What are we looking for? Definitely looking at this area here, 3 hour. Okay, and there's quite a bit of congestion here. And then that gap, there we go. See that gap? That's the one we're after. Okay. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's me for today. 51020, 5770, and 5531. Those are the areas I'm looking for another long. Okay. Yeah, nothing more I can add to that. Not really looking in chasing the short. This is looking like a double bottom brewing to me, so I would expect this gap to close at least, and then the buyers to step in and start driving this price up. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.